Experts are saying that with America on the downturn, we need to change something, do something to change around the direction that we're heading. What's the biggest problem that we face as a nation?
Oh, I think the biggest short-term problem is just the polarization, political polarization that we're seeing from the national politics all the way to local. The politicians are more intent in supporting a particular ideology than compromising and working together to make the country better.
So how do we change that?
Well, we're the voters. We're the ones that give them their signals. You just look at the budget deficit talks that are going on right now. Yes, we're not as rich as we once were. We have to cut down on some of the entitlements that are going on. On the other hand, we have to raise taxes. There's the Bush tax cuts that were made in, I believe it was 2001. They are set to roll off at the end of 2012. If we allow those to roll off, then all of our taxes will go up a little bit. We need to do both of those things, both cut some of the spending, which includes entitlements, and also raise taxes. If you do those two things, then we will begin to reduce that deficit and get back to where we were a decade ago.
So we look at the larger problems nationwide. You look at polarization in politics. Are there any large problems that you see going on in Washington right now that keep you up at night that say, if this isn't fixed, that's really going to hurt the way my business is trying to go?
There's a concern I have with the medical device industry being profitable in the last few years. Has become a target by the federal government. As part of the way to pay for the national health care program, the federal government is looking at a 2.5% tax on sales of medical devices. Because of that, there is a big concern on my part that these companies are going to put more of their assets overseas. They're already manufacturing in other areas of the world. They're doing research and development in other areas. Today, with the FDA, it is much more difficult to introduce a new product in the U.S. than it is in Europe. The standards are no different. It's just there's many more hurdles in the U.S. It takes years to bring out a new product. That will just continue to weaken the economic viability of U.S. companies if we continue to do that.
How do we keep business in Fort Wayne, and how do we keep businesses from going overseas? Is there something that we can do to do that?
Businesses need a climate that is conducive to what they're trying to do. In our case, we have grown about 15% a year for the last 25 years. So we are constantly building, we're constantly hiring new employees, we're constantly training employees. We need talented people to be here. I need an environment here that attracts people, because we bring engineers and other technical people from around the country. So we have to be able to convince somebody to move here from other parts of the country. So we need and that's one reason why I'm passionate about the city center. We need a place that they find appealing to them, and Fort Wayne is a great place to live.
Where should we put our hope in the future here? Should we put our hope in the city center? Is there one thing that we can say, if we put our hope in that, if we're going in this direction, that's really going to turn the direction of our country around big picture by doing these small things?
I don't put hope in anything. I try to invest in what I believe in. We all vote constantly in what we want the world to be like. And if we vote to buy things that are made other parts of the world, we're voting to improve their societies, but we're voting to move our money there. If we vote to spend money on our schools to improve those, we're going to improve that part of our infrastructure. We need to invest in the things that are important to us.